Okay.
I'm going to be very honest with you because Moshimi has been very clear in actually articulating the process within the commission. Actually, I thought he's ex-commissioner there. I was being very clear because due process is very important.
Yep.
And it is no one time. Let me give you a true story because this exactly happened in 2022. So this is a playbook that we've seen. In 2022, Moshimi Lunturi was in Eldoret.
Yes.
He used the word Madoadoa, which he has mentioned right now. Because of the history of our country, we actually it was a Saturday. It was rally in Eldoret on Saturday afternoon. Mm-hmm. He said, "Kutokuwa na Madoadoa hapa hivi Western Gishu." You know, in the history of our country, especially in Western Gishu, you can't go there. I mean, you can use something else. Say 6-piece, or if you meant political issues, but you cannot use that word. Because we know the history of our country. We summoned him to come to NCSU on Wednesday. Sunday morning, I'll never forget this. I got a call from very senior people who
above.
No, not above.
Not
UDA.
above?
They were
Okay,
this camp.
Okay.
They're like, dude, why are you arresting this guy? It was Sunday morning. Like, there are 3-4 calls coming in. I'm like, who did we arrest? I'm like, you arrested Lunturi. Subarus have come in his hotel and have just
Picked the
guy and we don't know where he is. He's going like, I thought you guys said he's coming on Wednesday. So I called the officers. Like, have we arrested Lunturi? I'm like, no, we haven't. Like, are you really, really sure? Like, yes, we haven't. Can you make a few calls to find out? Because apparently, Moshimi Lunturi has been arrested and battling Subarus heading to nobody knows where. Same thing. So we make a few calls and realize it's our colleagues at where? The DCI who arrested him. So we were even more perplexed. We're like, okay, first of all, he's violated there's an alleged violation of NCSE Act. We summoned him. He's gonna come on Wednesday and I'll tell you why we do that. Because he said how we do that. I'll tell you why. So then we call and I make a few calls. I realize he's en route to the DC headquarters in Kiambu Road. Okay. Then they call us and they said, "Oh, can NCC come to DCI and record a statement?" Now listen to this.
Okay.
Can you come over and record a statement from Lunturi? Like, we don't operate like that. I mean, he's coming on Wednesday. You can't come right now because there's a reason why we do that. And the reason we do that is because by law, the chain of evidence is very important. When somebody says something on TV, today I say something, Moshimi say something here, just because I said it, and it's clear, Kenyans know I said something that is wrong, or he said something is wrong. That doesn't really matter in the court of law. The question is the threshold of evidence. So that clip, just because it's circulating, doesn't mean anything in the court. I'm just letting you know. Just because it is out there. Now we're trying to appeal to change some. There has to be. We have to go to CAK. Okay. CAK has to come to you, Spice, and say, okay, you need to submit that clip. Now, Spice can say we record it or not. And then they have to certify it has not been tampered with, it's not AI, it's not anything. And then send it to us. If it's in some other language, it has to be interpreted. If it's in the English, it is that takes days. That's why we do that, because by the time we call CAK and the CAK reaches us to you, we know it's going to take a while. Then we call you, say, okay, this is what you said. We can clearly, please write a statement.
Yep.
And then we have to go. Like I say, we have to go. The DP says, okay, you've done your job. Now we will issue the warrant of arrest or charge the fella, and that's very important. Now the DCI skipped all that process because again calls were made. You understand? Guess what happened to Lunturi? He's acquitted.
Yeah.
There's no charges preferred because you've broken every due process that we could have done, even as we could, because you already muddied the water so much we can't even help it. Yeah, so that's why it's important for us for institutions to follow the due process laid out. Even we have to sometimes resist that pressure and say no, we'll do it now. A few days ago, actually, the 4 institutions came together: the IBC, NCSE, the DCI, and the OPP. Yeah. For they created this high-level multi-agency task force to combat such things, and I commend them. Now, had this arrest had happened after they have done all this organization, then you can justify why DCI did it. Yeah. but it hadn't been. They just jumped the gun. So for me, it is important, and that's why I will always speak the truth. And sometimes I used to get in trouble, as a commissioner, because for me, I understand the long game we play as a country. Yeah, we can't just be expedient that just because we disagree with somebody politically, then you can use institutions that are there for law enforcement or for that matter to harass them, to prosecute. It's just not agreeable.
Okay, we're going to go to a break, but then we come back and then open this up a little bit more.